welcome. We are in the room live and we are getting ready to screen the world premiere of the brand new, hottest web series to hit the web, I Hate Bitsy Malone. Yeah. We've got a room full of people with us tonight, and we also have cast, crew, creators, directors, writers. We are going to have a fantastic hour with you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce to you my buddy, my right-hand man, Clifford, who you can't see. He is here. Clifford, say something.
I love you guys out there.
Okay, he loves you. He is going to be in the chat room. He wants to talk to you. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, I don't care. But if you do have questions, I mean, if you have concerns, that's not my problem. What's that, Clifford?
Just send them my way.
Okay, Clifford wants your concerns.
We don't want any.
And your phone numbers.
Yeah.
All right. We'd love to talk to you and keep interactive, so I will come back to you and ask Clifford what you guys are thinking, if you have any questions as we're going through. But what you're really here for is to talk to these amazing people who made this amazing web series that you are going to get to see a sneak peek of. Tonight we are going to air the pilot and episode 2. We are also going to look at the trailer for the entire rest of the 8 episodes, yes.
Right.
So this is very exciting. With me, first off, we have Iggy Rodriguez, Genevieve. What's up, Iggy? Director, Genevieve Pearson, creator. And Chip Hale, our other second director. Thank you so much for being here. Are you guys beyond excited right now?
Thrilled.
Yeah, just a bit.
They're like, we can't talk, we can't talk. All right, so I want to talk to Genevieve first because this is your baby, this is your idea. I want to know where this came from and like what is this? What is this all about?
You know, it was kind of serendipitous. I knew I had to pitch something because we had some financing possibilities for a web series, and I was like, okay, I want a strong female-driven comedy. What am I going to do? It's like, well, what's the really last great female comedy was I Love Lucy. So I just started playing with the title of I Love Lucy. It's like, so I hate Bitsy. And then sort of after that, everything fell in place. I was like, why do they hate this girl? I'm like, that's the story. Why do they hate this girl?
Okay, so the entire web series was centered around the idea of people hating a girl.
Right. I mean, this is a girl who just gleefully goes about her business unwittingly leaving chaos in her wake, and of course people don't like that in real life.
They don't?
No, that's why they hate her. Yeah.
So did you write this character based on anybody you know, or?
You know,
I've only seen, I mean, I've seen these two, so, and it's fantastic. This is really great. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you made a show. That's amazing. Yeah. And yeah, but.
That
yeah.
one woo.
Oh, that woo was from Bitsy.
Oh,
Yeah. He made me a show. But I mean, it's a strong idea. It's a strong girl. It's sort of, you know, I'm wondering if there's anybody.
well, you know, it kind of stems from a little bit from myself, of course. I think we all have a little bit of Bitsy in all of us, and just all of those girls when something goes wrong and you're like, did they do that on purpose? And thus evolved Bitsy.
Very cool. Okay, so creator, and now we have 2 directors with me right now. Now it started with you two, just the idea and going to make it. Talk about that a little bit, where that started, how you came together.
Well, it kind of started through, you know, a friend of a friend had an idea to put something together, so we came in, we all pitched, Genevieve pitched the idea, that's one everyone liked the best, that's what we went with. And then she and I have worked together
Since college.
Since college, you know, we do everything together. So you know, it was automatically, okay, you know, it's her show, and then I stepped up, wanted to direct, and we got that ball rolling, but it's a big show. It's 8 episodes and a lot, you know, essentially 40 minutes
Footage.
you know, of a story, you know, like
yeah.
half a feature. And so we wanted to get more involvement and so on and so forth, and that same person then dropped the can, and then
better not be beer
through a connection knew Chip, who then we met with, and I don't know if it's Texas blood or something like that. We just like, I met this guy and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's got to be involved.
And I was shirtless when I was.
Yes, he was,
Yeah, he
because
was.
you know, how can you say no to that? I mean,
Exactly.
so you can't. So yeah, so he came on board, and this has just been a great collaboration. We've all just synced so well.
Chip's kind of like our built-in tiebreaker, I think.
Yes.
You know, whenever Paul and I are arguing, we go, okay, Chip, what do you think?
That's at the bottom of my resume, built-in tie maker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's funny how it shifts. You know, it's like there's a point where I'm tie breaking, there's a point where she's tie breaking, there's a point where he's tie breaking, and it just
It's a good dynamic.
yeah.
Very copacetic.
And
Yeah.
so you guys co-directed all of them.
Yeah.
Tag team them all.
Yeah, we
like,
tag teamed them.
we
That was for you.
And why was that? Why?
well initially it was going to be each episode like
Well, I mean, well, first off, there were so many locations, and it would have become a hassle logistically to. Okay, so we're doing a setup for episode 1. So you do episode 1. I'm going to go do something else, and then whenever we switch wardrobe, you come back over, and then you do this one in the same exact setup. So we basically just made a shot list of what we liked, along with our wonderful DP who's in the house, Drew Aiello back there. And the three of us collaborated on a shot list, and as most indie sets go, we just tried to plow through as many of those as we could in a day without going over, 10 to 12 hours. So it just.
And okay, so how many days did you guys shoot?
what was the final count? Like 15?
15? But we had some really light
14 or
days.
15.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
there
had
few-
some light days in there.
We had
Yeah.
some heavy days too. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a definite balance for sure.
We had
there's
some
all
days
these,
where
like-
we were
Yeah.
crying on the pavement going, when is this going to be over?
Tough days and easy days. Yeah, I think about 15.
That's a good yes.
Okay, so you guys made this for a really excellent, I mean, it's amazing what you made it for. So do you want to talk about, so $11,000, that was
Right.
where
Yes.
you came in
Yes.
under 11.
Right.
And how did that work for you guys? Did you,
We didn't get paid.
None of us made
No,
any
none of
money.
us making. And it's begging, it's pulling favors, it's just figuring out what's the most
Calling-
important, putting your money there, and then
Like the actor.
making
Calling
it work.
everyone you know, can you please pitch in? Can you help? Do you want to come just one day and work?
Enhancing the Texas accent to go into beg for a location.
Yes.
Y'all mind if
Obviously.
we shoot here?
Yeah.
A couple of times, just
You know, whenever you're going to ask for a location, you look at the person you're asking from, and then you evaluate, okay, which one of us is most likely to be the hottest to them?
yes.
And that person goes and,
and then you should be going.
well, if it's a guy, but sometimes it's a gay guy, in which case,
Yeah.
these two has to go up.
Texas.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Work the charm.
That got the biggest clap so far. I don't know what's going on.
Texas loves sexual.
Yes.
I'm interested in the casting. Just sort of before we get into this, did you guys cast before you wrote? Did you know people you were writing for, or did you do that after?
I didn't know I was going to include Paula Ann. She's one of our producers here. She's an executive producer, and I was writing a part for her. So I said I wrote the professor specifically for Paula Ann.
Okay.
The rest of it, not particularly.
Not particular. And did you guys know anybody before you started, or you all met them all during?
There's some people we pulled in through some connections, but in general it was actually, the part with the scripts were all written. We pretty much had all the scripts done, and then we went casting and found the right people and would have multiple auditions. And then there's a few circumstances where either someone didn't work or we just knew someone that's like, oh, this person would be perfect.
Yeah,
And-
for example, there's a character called Bob, and he's a screenwriter.
Yes.
I know a screenwriter. His name's Cameron Fay, who you'll see later. And so we thought, that's a perfect fit. And so we literally brought him into audition, and as soon as he left, we're like, we should just go ahead and call him now. Let's not do the whole Hollywood thing and make him wait for 48 hours, pining over whether or not he gets to be in this web series.
and it was pining. He was.
I was all for torturing him because that's my favorite part as a producer, is like
Yeah.
dangling
Why she
the carrot
hates
in front of
Cameron Fay.
people.
This is part 2. How long have you been working on this? How long has this process been? Since you came up with this and you're like, I want to do this. How long?
Conceptually, it started back, October?
Even sooner than that, I would say.
We met,
July or August was when I pitched it to.
Oh, it was? It was that song? Okay.
Yeah, it was about a year ago that I pitched it to Paula Ann.
Yeah.
and
that's
we
what-
met right before Christmas.
Yeah, right before Christmas when we met, because there was a part where there was Ashley, our original kind of person who started it, but then she had to move, and so things kind of got shifted and kind of sat for a bit. But then Genevieve and I had a night where it was you know what? I love this project.
Let's go
Let's
for
go
it.
for it and do it. And so we took the reins back and then put everyone together. And
Ashley actually connected us with Chip.
Yes.
yeah, so
So under a year.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Less than a year.
Yeah, less
That's
than
a
a
short
year.
answer, yeah.
And for as far as directing, how's this been for you guys as far as where you're at in what you do on your own, coming together and doing this and working with these actors? And Genevieve, how is this, sort of taking what you're doing and moving it forward?
For me, it's been great. This has been the biggest project I've done. We worked with shorts primarily before this, so before this had been 20 minutes, and now this is 40. So, I mean, it's the biggest I've done, biggest cast, the most locations, and then really working with a collaborator, someone new too, but it was amazing. I learned so much and just had such a blast doing it.
I mean, I've always thought that the best thing about filmmaking was the collaborative process. And, it's, so if there's two directors, a DP and a producer, you still have the same thing you would be if it was the DP, one director, and two producers. Ultimately, you're all trying to achieve the same goal. And there was never, none of us really egotistical. We had an awesome cast who, it was always about the project, which was able to make it very, most days very smooth. And, but as far as collaborating together, like I said earlier, whenever we just had our ideas, what we wanted, we knew what we had to get, and we just tried as hard as we could to get them. It was never about, I've got to get this shot.
And what I think is really great about these guys is they did kind of have that vibe that you could see if somebody was getting tired, the other one would just step right up, take over, the other one could step back, take a break, keep going. So I thought you guys worked really well together.
That's a luxury.
It is, yeah.
Especially
on indie sets, it's very luxurious.
So you're saying your set was very luxurious? Is
Like a Lexus.
Oh yeah.
that what's happening here?
Yes.
She said take a break, she meant take a nap.
Oh. Yeah, camera go tap. We're shooting my scene. Can you come look at it, please? In his underwear.
It's just like, I don't care.
How's that chat room?
Oh, it's going nice. What do you call? I actually have one question from Candace Jewel. She asks, "What episode was the most fun to shoot?"
That was my Candace. That was my next question.
Oh, Candace.
Sure was. Say that now.
I have my episode.
Go for it. I'm
What's
trying to
your
decide.
episode?
Mine would have well, it's a tricky one. I like Bob's episode. Whenever Drew and Iggy and I were kind of talking about this particular character, we'd really kind of taken a lot of liberty with the way we shot him, and so we basically broke all the rules of filmmaking and just went for it with this guy. And Cameron was such a trooper. He got in his underwear and did lots of awesome things. So I had this.
Yeah, just did it.
Showed up that day, went around,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, and so that is episode, where's
4.
this camera? That's episode 4.
Yes.
So, oh hey, there you go. Episode 4, which would be in roughly 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Probably 3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah, something like that.
somewhere in there.
Cool. What about yours?
We know.
I'm actually trying to decide, since it was so, any one day was any one number of episodes, it's hard to pick. My gut tells me to go with 1. It was the starting point, and it was also just, that's where we established everything, got to start to know everyone, and also, which you'll see soon, the 2 main characters in that, Lenny and Big Joel, were just those 2 together. There's laughter now. You'll get it. You'll get it later whenever you see the show. You'll understand. But they just created just some
Magic.
hysterical stuff. It was magical what they did.
It's magic.
And that's another great thing about filmmaking is that those 2 characters, these 2 actors, they kept evolving. They what started off as like 2 little balls came together into a very large snowball.
Yes. Yes.
Snowball.
I probably could have chosen.
No, I think it's appropriate. I think
Okay.
it's appropriate.
That's good, yeah.
I think it'll work.
All right. I think we need to watch it.
Let's do it.
Are we allowed? Can we watch it? All right.
I love
Let's
you, Mom.
watch the. Oh, Chip, I love you.
I
Mom.
love you too.
Mom,
I love his mom.
Yes.
And mine. No, I love you too, my mom.
I love all moms.
I love my mom too.
Okay. I
Now
love
she's
my
not
mom.
gonna think I do because I said it last.
All right. We are going to watch the pilot entitled Lenny Gets Fingered.
We were all successful once. Contributing members of society. And now, we're bums. Scum. The people you don't want to look too closely at in the grocery store. I mean, look at that guy.
What?
What, you smell like, is that cat piss?
But you can have what you've had and you can rebuild your life better than it ever was.
But how?
Vengeance!
No!
Vengeance against the vile, loathsome agents of Lucifer that brought us to our lowered states today. The bane of our collective existence. Bitsy Malone. So I have one thing to ask of you and you, sir.
Me?
Why do you hate Bitsy Malone?
I don't know where to start. Does anyone know that falafel place on Ventura? I used to go there for lunch. And then I'd go to the park to eat. I guess you could say I had a routine. I'd like to call it a ritual.
Hi, I'm Bitsy. Hope you don't mind if I share your bench with you. I love eating lunch in the park. It reminds me of that movie, you know, with Audrey Hepburn.
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
That's it.
Except that was breakfast. And it was at Tiffany's.
Right, exactly. That's a weird sandwich.
It's a falafel.
Full of what?
Full of full?
Oh, Susie! Hi, Susie! Gotta run.
Miss, you forgot your purse.
What you in for?
Public exposure. Though I didn't. On purpose.
Yeah. And I didn't skin that rat on purpose.
Is that an actual rat, or is rat a metaphor for a human? I learned something during my stay in prison.
Today, a man known as the Bad Clown is believed to be in police custody.
There's one thing that criminals hate above all else.
After allegedly molesting several children at a local carnival, police report that suspect Sven Olsen was booked today into the West County Jail.
No, that's not me. No, that's my photo, but that's not me. I swear I didn't hurt any kids. Right, and I didn't skin no rat.
We just gonna skin you, boy. We just gonna skin you like a metaphor for a rat. Come on!
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I swear. I'm not the guy.
It's okay. It's okay. I know. I know that those big soft lips and big green eyes could only be satisfied by a big grown man. It's a shame you're not kosher. We can take care of that.
I don't want to tell you what happened after that. But I can tell you whose fault it was. Her. She set me up. I don't know how or why, but she fingered me in a crime I did not commit. And now I'm being punished every day with the hellish existence of woe and strife and humiliation and anguish. And I can't eat falafels anymore.
Thanks, Lenny. Now it's time to open the floor for affirmations, questions, or comments. Anyone? Anyone?
Hi. Not to be a big fat brat, but can we wrap this up? We've got a couples therapy appointment in 15 minutes.
That was awesome. Is that the first time you guys saw it?
Yeah.
All the way
That
through.
all, is that the first time everyone? Yeah. They're like, yeah. You can't watch it again until tomorrow. So we've got with me right now a big fat brat, Michael Villar.
Yes.
Welcome. Sean Spence.
Yes.
Can you eat falafels?
No.
No. That's frightening. And Paula Ann Sharon. Welcome. Great job, you guys.
Thank you.
It's fantastic to have you here. So, how was that? How was this? How did you guys get involved? So
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it what is it? What is it? Is it me or?
It's just watching yourself like almost rape somebody.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that. I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awkward.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have a rape reel coming out soon because that's not my first role. Actually doing something like that.
Please don't touch me.
Are you guys together now or?
We're still in therapy. It's all right. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
I'm actually petrified because his wife is here.
Oh, and she doesn't know yet. No surprise.
Yeah. Well, thank God they showed that episode because we kind of warmed up to each other towards the end.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It gets more. Yeah. It's wow. Yeah. I'm just picturing future episodes.
You two are going through something right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Talk to me about this web series. How did you guys get involved? You want to start?
Well, like Genevieve and Paul were saying, I met them through Ashley Cozine last summer when they were pitching the series, and so that's how I met them.
Okay.
And then I believe you two through the casting process.
Yeah, I answered I think it was an ad in Actors Access, and just went and had a call back, and from there I just got the role. So.
They just called me directly and said, "You got it."
Right. Yeah. He's that talented.
You know them, or they just saw you walking around town?
They saw me walking around.
Or they saw your rape reel?
No. They actually saw me rape. But I call it surprise sexing.
You call it a roofie? Sorry, what?
Surprise sexing.
Oh, surprise sexing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's different.
Okay.
Surprise.
Oh God, is it hot in here?
Yeah, I'm sweating.
I'm sweating. I'm like a pig. Yes.
Okay. So you're also a producer.
Yes.
And talk. What's that like? What was that like for you? Is this the first time you've?
No, this is the third time I've produced. Wonderful experience, just wonderful. Working with Paul and Jenna and Chip, amazing team. You know, the writing was so good that when you see a project where the writing is just so good, when they were pitching it to me, the idea was just, it was original, it was fresh, we hadn't seen it before. I said, sure, count me in. It was great, just a wonderful experience.
And your little boys were the ones that were...
Yeah, we're in the park.
The twins.
Yeah, I'm so excited for them. This was their first acting debut tonight.
Aww.
Yay!
Are they watching?
Yeah.
Oh, they're watching!
But
Let's talk some more about rape.
But no, it was a great experience for them just to be on a set, and it was kind of nice because they were able to kind of pseudo see what I do. Because I'm not allowed to bring them to set a lot of times. So on this set, I was able to do that. And
you didn't show them those pictures, though, did you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And so it was a great experience for them, and they did very well, right, Jenna?
Oh, they
did
were phenomenal.
Well. They were great.
They were phenomenal.
So I was very impressed. Only a couple hours, though, I think, for that shot.
Cool. And now you guys are all in all 8? Okay, all 3 of you?
No, I don't think so. I think we don't come back until episode 5 or 6.
5.
Yeah. Because it focuses on the other actors and their stories of why Bitsy hates them, or why they hate Bitsy, so, yeah.
Right.
And so as far as favorite things working on this, what were your favorite sort of moments or, sort of along the way that happened that you sort of will take away with you?
Mine was the rape scene. I'll always remember that. No. Actually, I gotta tell you, probably my most memorable one was losing my pants in the park.
Did you have a permit for that?
Sure.
Yes, we did.
Yes. No, it was weird because there was a soccer game going off to the left, and then just as we were shooting my pants dropping, there was a whole family with baby carriages and everything walking to the right, and they're like, okay, let's get the shot. I'm like, oh, great. So then they went down, and everybody's like pointing and laughing, and it was embarrassing.
Were those tearaway suit pants, or what was going on there?
They weren't. They were actually Clifford's pants, I think, that didn't fit me, and then we just ripped the seams down, and then at the right time, they just said stand up.
Don't ruin the movie magic.
So yeah, they
Don't ruin the movie magic.
So but yeah, so that was fun. That was probably the most memorable day for me.
Cool.
For me, it would probably have to be the day I did my own stunt, and I think that's in what
That's
episode
episode 8.
Episode 8. So.
We will watch out for that.
Great work. I just was so excited.
did great work?
I
Is that what
did
you're saying?
fantastic work.
You are amazing.
Wow.
What I do.
With Chip and with Paul, and we had a stunt coordinator and whatnot. But it's just nice to actually see kind of push the envelope a bit and do something that I hadn't done before. So it's definitely, that was one of the funnest days. In the rain, no less. So it rained that entire day, but it was fun.
Right.
We played tape ball that day.
Yeah, that's right.
Tape ball.
So from now on set, you've got to have like a big ladder and a garbage can and a tree in the middle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new web thing.
Sensation.
Is that the web series you're working on?
No, it's this. It's this one. It's a good one.
Oh.
Stay with us. Stay with us.
Stay with me. Is this, have any of you done web series before?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes. I was in Compulsions. It came out last year. And it's totally different than this. It was more dramatic. I was the comedy relief in a dramatic series. But this is completely like 100%.
Different.
Yeah, 100% different. So.
I have a question. How was it working with two directors? I think that it's such a cool concept that actors don't really get that opportunity, so sort of that dynamic. And
I actually enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I didn't so much, it wasn't anything different. It wasn't like, one was overriding the other at any point. Chip would come up to me and say something, and then we'd do the scene, and then Iggy would come up. So it wasn't really like, it was almost like it was one person coming up. It was it was interesting. I liked it though. I thought it was great. And
they are now your official favorite directors in Los Angeles.
Yes, they are.
They paid me to say that.
It was pretty cool though because we did get to improv a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, you did. Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yes.
let's talk about that. So you did. How much was there?
A lot of it. I mean,
We improv a lot. We
especially with our actions, like the rubbing and touching and kissing.
I love you, honey. I really do.
Yeah. But it was just fun because like at some points they'd be like, okay, now this, everything was kind of like fantasy to us anyways. And they were like, okay, now we're doing it the fantasy mode. And it was just like, all right, shirts come off, nipples get rubbed.
Really, it was just Michael's shirt coming off and Michael's nipples getting rubbed. The rest of us were pretty.
But it was fun.
But it was fun, right? It was a lot. They left a lot for improv, which was great, though. They did leave a lot. The script, the lines were pretty much where they were, but they did leave a lot for improv. There's, I think, in episode 8, we slowly. I don't want to give anything away, but we slowly went from being directed to do one thing, and then we added something, and then added a little more, and added a little more, and then the final take, which I think actually made it into the scene, was what they used. But we slowly built on what they gave us, and they were totally open to us just playing around with the characters and really bringing as much as we could of the character. No, seriously.
Yeah, no, it was great.
So, yeah, it was fun.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it has a very natural feel. You watch it, you feel very natural with everyone. I think that's probably equates to that. How do we have any questions in our chat room, Cliffy?
Yeah, we do actually. I got one from Dr. Giello. I believe that's it, right? He's asking, how was it acting in the series, and were there any personal conflicts ever? Aside, I guess, from what you guys had going on.
So the question is, was there any problems or
any personal
TMZ
conflicts?
moments on set?
Yeah, with the directing and the acting back to back.
I have to say, I didn't experience anything. I don't think anyone did. A wonderful cast and crew. Very, very blessed to have been in this project.
Any issues that were brought up with the directors, or any, me and Michael would talk about stuff before a couple of scenes, and we knew what we were going to do on a couple of them. So, yeah, it wasn't, for the most part, it was really smooth. It went really smooth.
I was so sick of watching Chip kiss Cameron's ass. I don't know if you noticed it when he was sitting up here, but it was just like ass kiss, and that just, it's like, we're here too, bud,
It got old.
I can't wait for Cameron to get up here.
I like Cameron, he's awesome.
You too, buddy.
What's up, bud?
All right, I think we need to move on to our second episode.
Yes.
And definitely watch
Thank you.
Thank you so much. job. Fantastic. And thank you for being here in the room live. Let's move on to episode, no, what is this one called? Cheerleaders Become Famous.
Yes.
Episode 2.
Ow! Cheerleaders.
Ready? Okay. We've done cheer our whole life. Varsity cheer,
Squad, song girls in university.
dance team, all with one singular purpose.
To cheer for the greatest.
Hottest squad of all time. The Laker Girls! But Bitsy, she took that dream and obliterated it.
Like the Hadron Collider obliterates a proton.
It happened 2 days before our audition. Recent drops in humidity and an increase in local area smog turned our faces
Into a combination skin nightmare.
Phenohydrate?
Phenohydrate.
No, that'll just dry our skin.
I'll look for something with retinoids or something non-hypnogenic. Billy? Toby? Bobby Joe? Oh my god! It's been so long.
We know. We haven't seen since like high school.
We were like best friends. Yeah! So, what you up to?
We have an audition with the Laker Girls.
That's awesome! What are you gonna do about your skin?
Right.
We don't know what to pick. Say no more. Here. I swear by this stuff.
You do have nice skin.
Put it on right before the audition. You'll glow. You're welcome.
Now, we know what you're thinking. Gee, girls, you can cheer for any team on Earth.
Why basketball? Our reasons are threefold.
First, when you compare basketball to football, basketball players have fewer devastating injuries and thus have longer million-dollar payouts. Secondly, the season doesn't interfere with our beach time.
Finally, higher rates of infidelity in basketball teams lends itself to greater odds of prenuptial contract violation.
Mercenary? Maybe a little. But if a man can use his physical prowess to land himself a multi-million-dollar contract,
Why can't we use our physical beauty to do the same?
Michaels, how does it feel to be named MVP 2 years in a row?
I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. Whoa, 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 calm down, sweetie. Holy God, monsters! Monsters!
it was on YouTube within the week.
By the following Sunday,
It had over 2 million hits.
You guys are the monster cheerleaders. That's sad. What makes you think it was Bitsy?
we looked up the ingredients of that lotion.
Yeah, it contained chitty,
Chitinase?
well, that's another word for bananas.
We're allergic to bananas! Bitsy had to have known.
We ate lunch with her every day in high school, and
we never
ate
bananas.
Yeah.
That bitch set us up.
She's gotta pay.
So say I.
So say we all.
right, now the panel just got hot. Up here with me, I have Alex Rose Wiesel and Linda Kang. Welcome. And Genevieve is back with us. Welcome. Congrats, ladies. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Cheerleaders, are you both cheerleaders in real life?
Not at this present moment.
No?
No, in the past, yeah.
So you both have cheered?
Yes.
Totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course.
Would you do something?
What?
Would you do a cheer?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, Linda would love to.
No. It's cool.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. How did you girls get involved? How did you guys get involved with the process and with the show?
We auditioned. It was, I guess they had a posting on Actors Access, and I submitted, and we went through a couple of callbacks. They made us do a lot of improv stuff to, yeah. But I guess we kind of fit the best in terms of what they wanted.
You were the best. You won.
Yeah.
Totally. You got the part.
Right.
It happened. We watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same for you? You auditioned?
Same thing, yeah. And they paired us up and did some crazy improv stuff and it was fun times.
It was really interesting. We put the girls together and we were trying all these different combinations of girls, right? And we knew we either wanted girls that looked radically different or exactly the same. But it was interesting because when Christine, Linda, and Alex came in, and Paul just off the cuff, or maybe it was Chip, said, well, why don't you do a cheer for us? And they kind of broke out with like this choreographed cheer thing that worked really well and just totally improv. And we thought, okay, these girls are it. And they just worked as a group so well together.
It wasn't for
impressive.
the diversity or of any sort. Right. We just happen so to be.
We all look so similar.
Right,
You know?
exactly. Same mother, different father.
It's like, so you are saying, it's great. And how many episodes, so are you guys out through all 8 as well? Are you guys?
No. How many?
You're probably in about 4.
4, yeah.
4. Yeah.
4? So that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So you guys are besties now? You guys
Oh, yeah.
frenemies?
All the time.
All the times.
All the
Every
time.
day.
Yeah. We
We match.
purple. Yes.
We planned it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Text message.
The dancing and the booty dancing that was
Like
happening
that?
there. Yeah. Did you guys had choreographer? You worked with a choreographer? How was that? That's
Yeah, we did.
some intense dancing for a web series.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm glad you're impressed.
Chip's girlfriend is the choreographer, and we went over there and just rehearsed the dance. Few
Couple times,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple of times, and it was just like booty shake, whatever.
Booty shake, whatever.
And yeah, no, it was we rehearsed, so I hope it looked decent.
I'd say. And the music. So, do you want to talk a little bit about
Yeah,
music, Genevieve?
it's Chip's friends with this band called Kingsley, and they very kindly offered to let us use some of their music for the show. And I thought it was pretty good. We're also using another of their songs for the trailer, and they're really awesomely talented. I mean, I should know I had to hear the song about a million times while I was editing it, and it never got old, never. And so they have their new album on iTunes. So Kingsley on iTunes.
Kingsley.
They're good. I like
Matt, maybe we'll throw something up. Or
Yeah.
Kingsley. Yeah, remember it.
Okay.
So talk to us maybe about what was the favorite thing that you guys sort of encountered when you were working on it. What's your favorite memory? What do you remember? What are you going to take home?
You first.
Favorite memory?
Even the process, I mean, sort of working on a web series or independent stuff is, different than sort of the bigger budget studio stuff. What do you like about this process that's different from that type of work?
It's just a really good group. Like everyone we worked with, we had a great time. We had so much fun. We were always laughing. There were so many moments, especially working with a lot of the other characters, where it was hard for us not to laugh, especially in that first episode when we were all sitting there. There are times like that, and our monster makeup was pretty gross, but kind of fun.
Oh yeah, did you have a special effects makeup?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
She came in, did Bethany.
Bethany?
Yeah, what's her?
Bethany Austin.
Bethany Austin, that's her last name.
Shout
I remember
out,
her
Bethany.
first. Yes.
Bethany Austin.
She did it. She came in, she did it all in an hour, and I was quite impressed. They did look like leprosy. People were walking around them. Like when they were out on the streets, people would kind of like, don't get too close to me, girls, which I think is evidence of a good special effects artist. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah.
And what about yourself?
I think it was, the group itself. We just all joked and kidded around, and just it was constant laughter. It was really hard to be like, okay, come on, everyone. It's like kids, because we all have jokes, and we're just cracking up, making, it was just a fun set to be on. It was really kind of sad when it ended, because I was like, oh, I'm wrapped. Can I just hang out, make jokes?
So did you give your paycheck back then?
What?
Do we have questions from our...
Yeah, actually, this one would probably go towards Genevieve. PLP1 was asking if the show does take off and becomes a hit, can it make it to cable? It was an important question to her.
If it takes it off and I hope it makes it to cable. I mean, that would be great. I think we would all be pretty happy.
A spin-off.
I mean, there's definitely a history of that happening. I mean, the show Better Off Ted actually made it to network television after being a web series. I know there are a couple of other web series that are in development for TV shows right now. I mean, come on, if Twitter can make a TV show, Bitsy Malone can. Oh, and the shit my dad
Say that
says.
to camera.
Oh, yeah. Shit my dad says is the Twitter. That is now a
No,
television
I mean, if
show.
Twitter can make a, you can get a show.
Yeah.
Twitter can get a show.
That's a really good question. Is that sort of what, when you started writing it, was that your intention, or
ultimate
you just,
goal?
what was your ultimate goal
It was
for
definitely in the back of my mind. It was, if this were to go on, could I make it into a several season series? And I like to think that I can. I mean, I just developed it to the purpose that it would work as a web series. But mainly I wanted it to work as a web series because I like to write for that format. I want to create something that works within that format and isn't an afterthought. So, that's what I was going for.
Excellent point. All right, ladies, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
We have the awesome opportunity now to watch the trailer to give you a taste of what is to come over the next few weeks. So, Matt Edwards, trailer, Why I Hate Bitsy Malone.
You can call me Bitsy. Hi, I'm Bitsy. I'm Bitsy.
Oh.
His name is Macaroon, and I'm not even Jewish. I could have sworn I've seen you on TV or something.
You're so rejected. Are you the one that's never rejected?
This won't skin you like a metaphor for a rat. Consider yourself banned from Hollywood forever.
Revenge.
I don't know how or why.
It was all Bitsy's. She switched our bags. She did the bag switch thing.
That bitch set us up. She's gotta pay.
Hate? Hate doesn't fully encompass the depth or the breadth of my abhorrence for that bubbly cretin.
Well done. I can't wait. She's like, I know.
Me neither.
So Fridays, that's when they are going to be airing. Fridays.
Yes,
So
Fridays.
tomorrow, you can go to BitsyMalone.com, which is where they will be housed. So every week on Friday, you can go, and a new webisode will be there for you to watch. Tomorrow, episode 1 will be there. Today, you just got to watch episode 2 as a sneak peek. So tell your friends, but they don't get to see it till next week. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. Bitsy!
Not my real name, though.
That's not my real name. Natalie Lander, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. That's you. Cameron Faye.
There's kind of a hesitation there, and then one guy booing. I appreciate that.
The character of Bob.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bob. And Genevieve is back with us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with you, Natalie. Welcome. So, because you didn't know each other, you also you answered an audition call, or how did that work?
Well, I'm offer only for web series, but I decided to audition for this one.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
No one laughed because it's possible.
No, I auditioned like everyone else. It was funny because I saw the breakdown and it was looking for someone, a character's name was Bitsy, and it specifically said like petite, and I'm under 5 feet, and I was like, oh, I think that'll work. So
that was tiny.
Yeah, and so then I went in, and that was the first time I met everyone. Mm-hmm.
Cool, because you seem perfect.
I am.
Oh, that goes into my next question. What parts of you are like Bitsy?
Well, everyone hates me, so in real life. So it's really easy for that part.
Half of us are laughing and half of us aren't.
I know.
Like, I don't, is that what?
It's actually a fact.
It is true. No, maybe. I mean, I think the parts of me that are Bitsy, I mean, there's things that the way Bitsy is that I wish I could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's sort of this saccharine, sweet girl, and the way, I don't know, just the way she like kind of bounces through life. It's interesting, and it was really fun to play because she's an evil bitch.
She's an evil bits.
She's an evil bitch. That's good. I like that. That's the T-shirt slogan.
That's the T-shirt. Make it. So, what was that like to play someone that everyone hates?
It was
like
great.
everyone hates you.
No, it's better that way, you know, and it's more fun, and you know, you get to be extreme. And what was great was that everyone gave me a lot of liberties to kind of do whatever I pleased, and yet we all worked really well together. And
She was even bitchier than on the page. She was bitchier on the show.
Natalie.
No, not,
Yeah.
well, the
Well,
character.
I'm bitchy,
She
but-
brought the bitchiness of maybe Natalie, which I don't know. I think she's a lovely person, out in her character, even more so.
Right. So
I was
character
reading
grew.
it, I was like, she's a bitch. And then I met her,
and
acting-wise. And it was like... I meant a B-I-T-C-H. Sorry, kids.
So, your part, Bob. Tell me about Bob. We only got to see snippets.
Yeah. Bob,
Bob is a
Bob's a
narcissistic writer. That's what I. Is
Yeah.
that what I heard? That was what I got.
Yeah,
what
I
was
had
it
to- I had
like
to-
to
I had to
play a
stretch.
narcissistic writer?
Yeah.
Cameron
It was
Faye.
a stretch for me. I really had to, I don't know where it came from. I found different people out there that are not me, and went with that. No, I channeled Nicolas Cage. That's what I did. I mainly, not the actor, not the person. Yeah, that's what I challenged him. I channeled him.
I didn't see that at all. I gotta rewatch those.
It's funny because Cameron is
It's
the
subtle.
one.
It's actually subtle acting. I don't know if you know
Cameron is
anything
the one who's
about
like the most in episodes that are not technically his episode, which is why we brought him up, just because he has so many great reactions throughout everything. And those, he would just be reacting naturally, and we'd happen to have the camera on him, and we're like, oh great, save that. We'll throw it in somewhere. And
But
we
what
did.
she doesn't know is I told Chip, put the camera on me, because I'm gonna react here.
There you go.
I suck it, so.
Yeah. He was like, whatever you say, Mr. Faye.
So which episode you're in all 8 of them?
He's in more of them than most people.
I don't know
in
about
all
all
8.
that, yeah,
You're in all 8.
Yeah.
Let's just shift the focus back over here.
It's called, that's me right there.
Definitely is.
It was about me.
Man.
What was your favorite part about working on the show?
Well, other than them probably getting to meet me, usually.
I think she's asking you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Meeting yourself was.
Yeah, no. I think the whole process, I mean, not joking, I'm being serious now. It was just such a wonderful, wonderful, couple weeks, and it was really sad when it was done, and we all worked so well together, and every person was just a great asset to the production, and we became a little family. It was wonderful.
I think it comes across definitely that everyone had a really good chemistry and sort of really enjoyed working together. What about you? Because you're like the cameo guy, so what was that like?
Thanks for the downgrade there. cameo guy. I was an extra mainly, and I did it well, I think.
No, Cameron, you were a background artist.
I was a background artist. I was favorite moment. What
Yeah.
was it? Yeah.
Like working on it.
Probably Sean and Michael's rape scene. That was probably my favorite scene in working on it. I was there. Wasn't in the scene, but I just watched.
We charged admission.
Yeah. I was like.
And you got. Oh, you have a question. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question from Coco Bear 82. This is for all of you guys. I love these names.
Yeah.
What would you guys be doing if you weren't working on the series? Like, if this never even happened, what would you guys be doing?
Well, I'm actually a writer, so I would have been writing, but wasn't able to do that. Had to play a writer, and so that's what I would have been doing. Is that the question? Was that the question?
Yeah, like what would you guys be doing if you weren't working on the series?
Sleeping in, because we worked really early.
She worked really early because she's in every episode.
I'm
I don't
in
know
every
if you guys
episode.
got
All
that. 8. 8. There were 8. There's 8 of them.
There's
She's
8.
in all of them.
Tell them about your comedy, Natalie.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
She plans to be here for another hour, so there are a lot of topic points that she's going to hit.
It's actually my own
later
shows
on.
after this, so
Yeah.
this will be good.
It is?
No.
Okay. So, but you do a lot of comedy. That's what you do, sort of? That's your favorite thing to do, sort of?
Yeah, one of the things that I recently started doing was I write with a writing partner these original rock comedy songs. They're sort of sex rock comedy pop culture songs, and we've performed at the Laugh Factory, and we have an upcoming show at the Comedy Store, and it's turned into a really fun thing. So it's been great.
That's awesome. And you get to sing in the web series later on? Yeah.
A little bit. There's a little snippet of singing moment.
I don't even know about this, do I?
Well, you'll have to be surprised.
I think I'm going to be surprised when I tune in.
It's kind of interesting
Fridays.
because we were going to have her sing a regular song, and Paul's like, we can't have her sing that, Genevieve. It's copyright. We don't want to put a copyright song on the air. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't have enough to do. So I went and I wrote up some lyrics, and I gave them to Natalie, and it's
Did
like,
you write
maybe
them
you
on
could.
a pad, or did you do this? Because you did this.
I wrote them on a pad. I wrote them on a napkin, which is really high tech. And
That's like Bob Dylan.
I gave them to Natalie, and I said, "Well, why don't you sing it like this?" Da 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 da. And she's like, "No, I'll take care of it." And
I was nicer when I said that.
Yeah.
It made me sound really mean.
No, but she did. I came in and she was singing, and I was like, "Wow, that does sound a lot better than I thought." It was really good. She's quite talented.
I'd love to hear something.
Yeah, sing something!
I think.
Let's talk for a
Come
while.
on, Natalie, you have to.
I know. You're probably. I don't want
not really
to.
warmed
I don't
up.
want to put you on the
I know,
spot.
I'm not really warmed up. And,
Doesn't matter. Do it anyways. Yeah.
I agree with that guy.
I think we are. I'm really lucky that I actually bring my band
You
with
did?
me everywhere I go. So
awesome.
I just happened to bring my band today.
What?
So, yeah.
Totally spontaneous.
Totally impromptu.
Totally unexpected.
Oh, there's a guy walking on stage with a guitar.
I wasn't planning this. No, I know he stays in my trunk, just in case we need to play a gig. So
And who's with you there?
this is Joe Lasuzo. I usually don't give him credit for anything, so that was nice of you. And yeah, we'll sing a song for you today.
This is truly in the moment. You guys didn't even tune.
I know, I'm a little.
off.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I don't play guitar, so. I met you at a party after a drink or two. Good times had by all after we both had a few. When we got to talking, I knew you were for me. You watched Jersey Shore with Situation and Snooki. After about an hour, the party's dying down. We made our way past the DJ and through the drunken crowd. As we reached the doorway, you turned to me and said, "Can I get your number?" I said, "How about this instead? Friend me on Facebook, find me on MySpace. We'll be so close that I'll post you in my status update. It's so romantic in cyberspace. I'll tag your wall and dodge your call till my friend, my
mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin, my girlfriends all think that you're safe. Now about a week goes by and everything is cool. Who knew that you had some friends who went to my high school? You tagged me in some photos and I look really bad. Yes, I'm doing body shots. Sorry about that, Dad. Sorry, Dad. Who knew that you like to surf and that you play guitar? And what's with all those photos of you topless at the bar? Guess you knew my brother from way back in the day. But why'd you friend my mother and my ex-roommate who's gay? Friend me on Facebook, find me on MySpace. We'll be so close that I'll post you in my status update. It's so romantic in cyberspace. I'll tag your wall and dodge your call till my friend, my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin, my girlfriends all think that you're safe. I don't mean to be rude and I don't mean this to sound prude, but there's some things I think I need to say to you. Don't make me look bad and don't you ever call me fat or post those pictures of us lying in the nude. Don't you friend my ex and don't you boast about our sex or the massive size of your manly peen. It's big. And for Christ's sake, don't you ever make updates about our relationship status until you check with me. Today's the office party, you're gonna be my date. Party starts at 3 and it's already 8:30. You show up at my doorstep, hammered with my boss, my ex-boyfriend Trevor, and my druggy Uncle Ross. What's with all this sad face, babe? I brought along my friends. And in that final moment, I knew this was the end. But what they do not tell you is how to say goodbye, 'cause breaking up on Facebook is worse than real life. Unfriend my Facebook, delete my MySpace. Go get lost with Uncle Ross and go back from where you came. So many psychos in cyberspace. Untag my wall, don't ever call. Or my friend, my brother, my Mexican lover, my parole officer, my rabbi might punch you in the face.
Wow. You were so not prepared for that.
I know, I mean, I'm really talented, so I could just do it at a drop of a hat.
That was awesome. Thank you for
frustrating is that you are really talented.
Oh, no, Cameron.
More than all of us.
You have talents, Cameron.
Do I?
Yes, and you can see them on Why I Hate Bitsy Malone.
Fridays at 8!
We're going to wrap things up. Genevieve, speaking of Facebook, a little connector, tell us a little bit what we can find on Facebook with Why I Hate Bitsy Malone.
Hey, you know, there happens to be a fan page for Why I Hate Bitsy Malone on Facebook. We also have a Twitter feed at Bitsy Series, where you can follow all of your favorite characters, find out what they're up to in the Bitsy world. And, of course, you can find us every Friday, www.bitsymalone.com.
Awesome. And I'm sure we can also find all of that on bitsymalone.com. That's all there. We can find out information, more info about the cast, about the crew. Watch the shows. Tell all your friends. Post this everywhere. Repost. Triple post.
Yeah.
Like it. Love it. All of it. Thank you so much for being with us in the room live tonight. Yes. Big thank you to all of our cast for being here, our crew that's at home watching, I'm sure. Iggy and Chip, thank you so much for being here. It was awesome to chat with you, Genevieve. And I want to thank Matt Edwards, Matt Scholar, Chris Mast, Robin Roseanne, and Michael Davis. Thank you very much. Good night.